The problem with understanding your remastery of manifestation, self-fulfillment, happiness, joy, creating and achieving the goals you have and the passions that you desire to pursue, it really comes down to one thing, one generalized concept. And that concept is really understanding purpose. The purpose of yourself, meaning your consciousness, and the purpose behind all of the tools that you have available to you, that were given to you to actually create the things that you desire, to actually be the person, the entity that you are meant to be, which is a creator. Your very nature is to create. Everything you do comes down to wanting to create something, wanting to experience something. So what's important to understand that too is that the idea of creation is really grounded in the understanding and the importance of wanting to have a particular experience. I've mentioned this before that since you are the individualized expression of that thing we call God or the universe or divine intellect, the source, your very nature is to create just like the creator created you. You are an expression of the creator to have a particular experience. This is why you are unique. This is why you are special. You see, we tend to go through life thinking that we are not special. But the fact is, all of everybody that has existed and will exist, there can only be one you. Yeah, there can be people that look like you, people that may have same mannerisms, but ultimately, you, your consciousness, your point of view, your existence is only unique and special to you. And so when you think about that and you put that in perspective, you recognize, okay, yes, you do have a purpose here. You just have to really understand how that is supposed to lead you throughout your life. Because when you think you don't have purpose and you think that you're just going to exist and that the universe is happening to you and you have no say over it, rather than really understanding that the universe is happening from you, for you, then you recognize the power of your existence, the power of your ability to decide, the power of the ability to desire and then take action to create that thing is really coming down to this fundamental understanding. And so getting back to understanding purpose. Now, when I talk about purpose, I'm not necessarily talking about life purpose or what I like to say cosmic purpose or individualized purpose. What I'm talking about is the purpose behind the things we often confuse as you. You see, usually in life, we often think that I am my gender, I am my color, I am my race, right? I am my culture, I am my experiences, I am my thoughts. You think you are your emotions. Those things are not you. Those are just byproducts. Those are just expressions of you. But truly, you are the thing that is able to observe you having those experiences. This is why meditation is so important. This is why mindfulness is so important. Meditation allows you to take a step back from the thoughts, the emotions, the experiences, and just simply observe them happening. Observe them just simply crossing your mind like clouds cross the sky. We often identify ourselves as the cloud, but really you are the sky. The clouds are just moving. They're just going with, randomness or nature, or they're just, there's a pattern. There's some form of a, consistent way of recognizing, but this is not about that, really. This is really understanding that you are the thing that is observing or able to observe those thoughts, emotions, feelings, and ideas, okay? Now, once you recognize that those thoughts, feelings, emotions, ideas are not you, then you are at a place where you are beginning to progress along your spiritual journey. You're at a place where you understand, okay, the ego, right? These things, these identities that I have isn't me per se, right? Though the ego can be identified as the false self, which is a lower vibration, low frequency form of self, it is still yourself, right? But the things of physical or emotional or even mental to a certain degree are not you. So it's important to understand not to identify those things as you. Yes, they are your experiences, but they are not you per se. It's just like your arm. It is not you, but it is part of you, right? It is something you identify as my arm, right? You possess it, but it isn't you per se, okay? So as you think about manifestation, goal setting, creating the life that you want, personal fulfillment, self-realization, which is the ultimate goal here, right? What I want you to recognize is that you are consciousness, right? You may have that already, but it is important to understand all these other aspects that we've mentioned before, your thoughts, your emotions, your body even, right? Those are not you. Those are simply tools. And what is the purpose behind those tools? The purpose behind those tools is to act as generators, to generate energy. See, because you are a creator and you need objects in this physical world, you need tangible things in this physical world. You need to transition from the intangible, which is your desire, right? Your desire to have a particular experience. And you want to have that experience in this physical form because that's why we're here. So as you go from the intangible, which is a product of your unconscious, right? Or really your consciousness, you really want to take that and make that something that is tangible, right? You want to translate that from the consciousness to the physical, right? To the physical world. So you want to go from the metaphysical to the physical, okay? And so as you think about all of the things that we've discussed, your body, right? Your mind, your brain, your emotions, your thoughts, those are simply tools to actually transmute the thoughts, the desires from your consciousness to physical form, you see? So your emotions are a tool to fuel you to take action, to move in a particular way, to create a particular physical result. That's why you have a physical body. Your physical body is an expression of your consciousness. Every 7 years, you basically shed your old body and get a new body. So even as you develop and evolve into your truest self throughout life, your consciousness and what you do with the physical body actually creates a body that aligns with what you have done in the past 7 years, okay? So if you're not familiar with this concept, understand that your physical body, the cells throughout your physical body essentially replicate or reproduce, regenerate every 7 years. So every 7 years, essentially you have a new body. And so if you are living in alignment with consciousness, if you are living in alignment with understanding the importance of health, cherishing your body, then you're going to do things that align with creating the best body possible. Why? Because your body is a generator. Your body generates action, movement. When your body is in movement and alignment with what your consciousness desires, then you are actively playing a proactive role in your nature being a creator, you see? But when you are just simply existing, sleeping on the couch all day, you're not being active, you're not getting outside, you're not moving, then ultimately the body begins to break down, shut down, and this basically results in you not feeling well. Basically results in you not feeling like going out to do something when you really want to, you see? So the same thing applies to your mind. If you're not actively practicing and really engaging your mind, then essentially it's going to degrade to some degree, right? Your emotions, if you're not practicing how to improve your emotional intelligence, then it's going to hold you back as you progress in life or as opportunities come to you in alignment with you and what it is that you desire. So you have to be clear that all of these things that we once identified as self aren't necessarily you. They are simply tools for you to actually create and manifest the things that you desire. This is the important aspect of life and understanding, okay, so if we're not our ego, if we're not our body, if we're not our mind, if we're not our emotions, then why do we have those things? Because we are here to use those things in order to create a physical expression of the thing that we desire, right? The thing that our consciousness wants to experience. So I want you to understand how to and why you should really think about all these different elements and aspects of who you are. Understand, yes, it is valid to recognize the importance of culture, race, gender, right? Even recognizing the importance of other people's culture, race, gender, experiences. Understand that it is valid to recognize that because we have been placed in this world, right, being a particular way, that ultimately there's an experience that comes with that. And so we have to recognize how that experience will, in fact, change how people create certain things, right? So your experience and your path is going to be unique to you because there is nobody like you. And so as you go through life and you go through life learning about spirituality and certain techniques, you have to put it in perspective that, okay, this is valid. This is something that resonates with me rather than this is something that doesn't resonate with me. And you have to take with it what you can, but you have to be really honest and really transparent with yourself as far as what you need to do in order for you to truly master, remaster, and come into an understanding as to who you are and how, in fact, you are to create this reality that has been for you, right? So ultimately, understand that all of those aspects of yourself are meant to be used as tools to actually progress you, right? To actually be used to wake you up, right? Remember that life is a game. And so these are the tools in the game. Just like ego, I often say ego is as a symbol, right, of playing basketball, and the ego is the ball. You need that. You need that in this physical world in order to play the game. And so the other aspects of who you are, your emotions, your thoughts, those are all different elements, different tools, different forms of equipment that is going to help you to actually play the game and actually get you to a place where you actually achieve whatever the goal is that you have in mind. So when you recognize that and put everything in its proper place, then you set yourself up to win. And that is the objective, to set yourself up to win in the game of life, but most importantly, the game of self-realization. Thank you so much. Feel free to go to drabundant.com, subscribe to my newsletter, and get access to this free ebook. I also invite you to join my Conscious Creator Circle, which will allow you to get more detailed, get in touch with me directly, and also be able to truly be able to get into your nature and be a conscious creator in creating the world, the reality, and the universe that you desire. Thank you so much, and continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.